papa moi esia papa oh jolly papa moi esia ahe jolly papa moi esia papa oh jolly papa moi esia ahe Ipayame mara medawasi ewada wachiremi Ipayame mara medawasi midopa Tamuno tain tamuno bo Obasi zizio Deme ho meka oh Mi melo anio I say jana ludo I say you're at your phone Deme oh mega oh Kali papa moi esia papa oh Jolly papa moi esia ahe Jolly papa moi esia papa oh Jolly papa moi esia ahe
Universe bear witness to the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of IPOB. His command is final. Whatever he says goes. Pursuant to the strict authority of the supreme leader and the sacred unyielding IPO code of conduct, the third administration of the DOS is hereby dissolved. The sentence is passed, your names are permanently erased. Chikaedozi, you are sacked. Tony Nzurumike, you are sacked. Austin Agbanyim, you are sacked. Chukurio Farma, you are sacked. Isaiah Uba, you are sacked. Collins Chinedu, you are sacked. China Zanworu, you are sacked. Fidelis Ejogu, you are sacked. Chidin Manworu, Juliet Edward Filatro, you are sacked. You are indefinitely expelled. You are Nigerian agents. Stay off from IPOB. You no longer speak. You no longer act for the children of light. The employee cannot fire the boss. Tenant cannot sack the landlord. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader, the supreme leader of IPOB. Through the trials, through the chains, his word remains absolute. Whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. They thought darkness could hide the shadows of greed. They forgot the soil remembers every treacherous deed. After the illegal extraction, when the leader was taken away, the enemies of the struggle came out to play. Governor Dave Umahi paid $500,000 of blood money bribe to buy collars for the scholars of shame. They took the cash, sabotaged the release, and traded the crown, bribing media houses just to tear the leader's legacy down. But the truth is a rock, it crushes the hand that betrays. But in the darkest hour, the true guardian stood high, refusing to let the message of restoration die. We lift our voices to honor the ones who defended the light, the shield of the truth in the dead of the night. Thank you, Biafra, vanguard media, for standing so bold, for ensuring the unfiltered truth was always told. Salute to the dedicated souls of Abbott, standing the test. Salute to the rising sun, unyielding and blessed, and the ambassador for self-determination marching ahead, keeping the fire burning for the living and the dead. You defended the leader, you shielded the name from the stain. Oh, whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. The fourth dose is here, working with global power to heal the land. The genocide must stop, the boss has spoken. Victory is absolute.
Iwe were iwe gị na ọmụma gị wee dị aleta anyị. Ụmụ anyị wee na-anwụsị. Ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ. Nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ, wee na-ata ikikere eze. Nwaanyị konye ka ọ gaa ubi gaa rụọ ọrụ. Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala gị n'iyi. Okwu ebepụ ya isi. Anyị bụ ka anyị kpọpụ onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo. Ihe ọ bụ anyị mara aka n'ime ha si maka ha gaa n'ihu. Elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri ọya nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ. Anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị. Anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm jiri ebe niile. Ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ. Anyị kwuo sịpụta anyị ka kpọchie. Anyị kwuo sịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị. Onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi na-ekwu ndị nwe anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị. Akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke. Akọba anyị ka anyị na-aza. Akọba anyị nwe na-aza ike Chukwu. Akọba anyị nwe na-aza amara Chineke. Akọba anyị nwe na-aza Chisom. Akọba anyị nwe na-aza Chizoba. Nna nke dị nsọ, onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye iro dị na anyị bụ ụmụ gị. Bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị. Bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe. Bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ. Bịa ka iwe tetuo ozu. Ọ And you were not saying I'm getting so. Black you will go send a Biafra and Black you will make a bag in my way, which you don't need. Black you will support and didn't. Black you will make a Biafra way there. Can you never to go and support a jammer? See, then I had to make a car jammer. Zoo will be set free. I said everybody in bondage in the zoo will be set free. I don't hate anybody. I don't despise anybody. If I mention your ethnicity or your tribe, if I am a bit hard on them, know that I am specifically referring to those of them that they call their leaders, those who have led us this very blind alley, this very blind path, those of them that will continue to deceive, those that will continue to lie, those that will continue to prevaricate, those that cannot deliver any measurable or tangible developmental indices at all, in any way, shape, or form. We have come that the blind may see, not in the way they do it within Pentecostalism, but we have come to impart knowledge and reason. We start this very evening.
There is, I don't, people have all these appendages, Ogoni, it's on all these names. People, I can trace their ancestry. I know where you come from. I know the family where you come from. Is that somebody telling me he's from Asaba? And it's Niger Delta from Asaba, which is used to be Ahaba. That is the name. We forgive ourselves every blessed day. Everybody made mistakes during that very war. Even before the war, mistakes were made, but from all sides, we are all responsible for what happened. Are we going to dwell on it forever and ever? Of course not. From the Constitution of Biafra, it will be spelled out very, very clearly. It was my intention before, and still remains, that Iguacha should be, of course now Igoromiko is making a very big argument for it, should be the capital of Biafra. We will be so busy building and rebuilding. What are the houses we have in Iguacha? Have you not seen how Hong Kong is built? Go and get a picture of Singapore and see it. That is the type of... are you telling me that we are fighting and dying every day to have another useless African country? In Biafra, God forbid. We are going to build beautiful houses. There will be no time. We are going to be so busy working. There will be no time for even anybody to think about revenge. What's the beauty? We have made mistakes during the war. Are we dead? They killed us 5 million. Yet we went to the north. Some people still marry Fulani people. But they are the ones that killed 5 million of us. What did the people, some people from Ukraine land take? It's only house. How about those that took life? Please, we are one people. And in a new Biafra, from our constitution, you will know there will be no room or space for any of this nonsense. Because, as I told you, go and look at the United Arab Emirates model. You cannot go from Dubai to go to Doha and tell them what to do unless you have somebody from Doha inviting you. Before you go to Ogoniland to invest, in fact, you must have a representative who is Ogoni that owns part of that business as they're doing today in Dubai. That's what they do. We know what we are doing. There will be no room or space for that. Heaven forbid. Because we are all one people. Equally is Igbo. I can tell you where you come from if you're lost. I know where Ogoni comes from. Ken Sarawi is that is the forget about all these useless discussions.
Let me tell him now.
We are one people. Like the only thing is that no army, no, you will not. Some people will live and die. They won't see the Biafran army. A soldier from the Biafran army. Police will not carry any guns. So the Prime Minister of Biafra cannot send somebody and say, go to Ogoni village and conquer them. You cannot. You will send the army to do anything without the... In fact, you can't even try. So we are going to have something very unique. a unique blend of what you have in UAE and what you have in Switzerland. And freedom. Freedom is the watchword. Freedom.
So Biafrans, under my administration, I told you people that the next phase is to take Biafra to the global stage. Today, we have achieved that. I am here to inform you that the Biafra discussion is now on the highest level of international stage, and of course, is being discussed globally. The recent reportage by highly respected institution in the United States is an evidence of what is to come. The recent report by the ORB from the United Kingdom Institute also is an evidence of the feat the Biafra government has achieved within 2 years. I am telling you that everything happening now is happening just within 2 years. My fellow Biafrans, a lot of you are supporting the struggle either negatively or positively, and a lot of people don't actually know what freedom fighting is all about, other than supporting what we are doing on social media, and many of you who are supporting are not even sure. So it has become imperative that as we are making this feat, preparing ourselves for the historic day in Finland, we have to also educate our people on exactly our roadmap to independence. My fellow Biafrans, we are declaring the restoration of independent state of Biafra. And a lot of people will ask, what does this declaration mean to achieve? The declaration, just like every other declaration of independence of any country, unilaterally ceding state. Since the birth of the Declaration of Independence by the United States in 1776, with the U.S. Declaration of Independence, these have had at least two interrelated objectives, just like every other country. And this objective remain the delegitimization of the existing host state, today Nigeria, that rules over the ceding territory over Biafra, and the legitimization of the new emergent state, Biafra, which is ceding from existing one, Nigeria. I just want to be putting it in elementary understandard or elementary standard level for everybody, both educated and uneducated, to understand where we are going and what we are doing and exactly what you are supporting. And this particular declaration involves a lot of things. Involve listening of grievances against the ceding state, the state that is declaring the independence, injustice that have meted against them, harms suffered by the population of this emergent state of Biafra. Like I said, I am here to give you the update. Biafra Republic Government in exile and the Biafra Republic Government in homeland, the de facto government, has set up a declaration committee, a declaration drafting committee that has now taken it upon themselves to start working on listening our grievances against Nigeria. It is going to be political grievances and, of course, other grievances about three different types of grievances that we have against Nigeria. This is the world standard of the independent declaration. So the Biafra government have constituted a committee called the Declaration Drafting Committee, which are currently working on listening our grievances against Nigeria, the injustices that Nigeria has meted against us, the harms we have suffered under Nigeria, and of course, many of these grievances will be well detailed. And it is going to come like a book, because it is going to be history that everybody will read, why we are doing what we are doing today. So my fellow Biafrans, this has been the standard way of delegitimizing the existing state, today Nigeria, and legitimizing the new state, which is going to be Biafra. I want to draw your attention or your memory to the 1776 U.S. Declaration. The new state is presented as the only remedy. Only remedy. Today, Biafra will present this new state of Biafra as the only remedy to the listed grievances that the Declaration Drafting Committee are going to list in a book. Because, like I said, our grievances are endless. So it is going to come in a book form. However, in the process of dissolution of a country like USSR and, of course, the former Yugoslavia, from 1990 onward, a number of federal and sub-federal units abandoned the objective of delegitimizing the old state. Like I said, our problems are peculiar. Nigeria is a very complex country, and we have found the solution how to deal and exit from Nigeria. And believe me, if you are not supporting this government, you will regret it, because we end up dragging you to freedom and then we give you condition. Now, state in their declaration or act of independence why it is difficult to establish the reason which this state did not delegitimize the existing one on their declaration, because some of these states were no longer perceived as a functioning state, which was capable of asserting its legitimacy to rule over the ceding territory. This is apparent from the foundational constitutional charter of the Republic as the Declaration of Independence. It is important to note that Slovenia no longer functions as a law-governed state capable of resolving the current problem. My fellow Biafrans, this is exactly the same thing happening between Nigeria and Biafra. Nigeria is no longer capable of resolving its current political and economic crisis. And that is one of the reasons Biafra is exiting, because Nigeria has failed to resolve its insecurity, terrorism, and all manner of political crisis, economic crisis. Nigeria have shown that they are incapacitated and they are not capable of resolving this current problem, and Biafra has a solution. Political and economic crisis, in the case of Slovenia, their Charter of 1991 preamble actually stated exactly what we are going through today, the inability of the government as at then to resolve their political and economic crisis. Moreover, this federation had been ruled by their respective communist parties. These parties and their leaders were held accountable for harms and injustices committed to the population of ceding state. And in the Biafra and Nigeria, we will make sure that we hold Nigeria people accountable for the injustices and the harms they have committed against Biafra from the time of 1967 or even beyond that till this present day. We will hold all of them accountable, from Gowon to Obasanjo to every living Nigerian that has contributed in the genocide against our people. We are going to hold them responsible. It is not happening because there is no representative of Biafrans. There is nobody who summoned courage to represent Biafra people, speak to Nigeria in a language they will never understand until now. I have taken that responsibility. These parties and their leaders were held accountable for harms and injustices committed to the population of the ceding state, in the state of these Slovenians and all of that. However, by the time of the Declaration of Independence were issued, these parties has been removed from power and were effectively dissolved. In a sense, therefore, the grievances against this communist ruled state belong to the past or the present, the recent past, and were no longer relevant when ceding state declared their independence. In our own Nigeria against Biafra, it is going to be different, because those evil government officials that committed this crime against us are still at large today, and the government is still in power. Nigeria government is still very active, killing our people in Biafra land. So we are going to make sure that we hold them very, very responsible for all the killings you see today happening in the southeast, east, and south to south. In Okwama community, or the massacre, all of them, we are going to list all these killings and we hold them responsible. One could just argue that the whole state that would have been target of the legitimization through a list of grievances had already lost their operational legitimacy. And that's exactly the tactics that the Biafra government is applying today. We are expecting that as we are declaring the restoration of independence of Biafra, we will make sure that we reduce Nigeria to ground zero in Biafra territory through our actions from the Biafra Defense Forces. In consequence, the declaration of the independence of several federal units and later of sub-federal units, such as Kosovo, for example, of these two federal states, focus in some cases exclusively on legitimization of the new state, legitimization of their own state, because there is no need for them to delegitimize the existing state, since they have already failed. This was achieved by announcing or establishing state institutions. My fellow Biafrans, the issue of Kosovo, for example, in some cases, this Kosovo focused on legitimization of the new state. And this was achieved. Kosovo achieved their own independence during their declaration, announcing or establishing state institutions that were taking over the state functions of the old state. And that's exactly, we have actually done that. Biafra government has actually established all state institutions, both in the homeland and from exile. We have actually superseded every country that have ever declared independence. We have superseded all of them. We have done what no country have actually done. We have government in the homeland, de facto government. We have created 40 United States of Biafra. We have defined our map, undisputable. We have also created the government in exile. We have already established liaison offices all over the world that will later become the embassies of Biafra. We have done, no country have ever done it in the history of freedom fighting. That is how far we have gone. And this measure is very necessary because Nigeria is a very complex country. And we needed to do something extraordinary, which we have done. And that is the reason you are seeing the attention that we are getting from DC or Washington DC, from the United States, and other part of the world, because you can't have this particular achievement of the Biafra government today and everybody is ignoring it. No, they have predicted Nigeria breakup for many years. It never happened. And after the prediction, no reasonable, very serious individual is coming up to do something. Now, they have seen that, yes, Simon Ekpa and his government is more than serious, and they can be taken very seriously. People have been watching, decision makers have been watching from the side and observing our activities for the past 1.5 years. And today, I believe they are summoning the courage to do that which is right. And what is it? To stand by the truth, by giving their voices for the independent state of Biafra. That is what you see happening today. And we must applaud them. They have done the right thing. And those who are still waiting to see another crazy move from Simon Ekpa before they can give their voice, we will get them at the end of the day. My fellow Biafrans, the modus operandi and the pattern of the Biafra government today is something that Nigeria can never ever comprehend. Kosovo achieved this independence by establishing state institutions that were taking over the functions of the old state, or by announcing the new state commitment to several internationally sanctioned principles. Exactly what the Biafra government have done today. We have been announcing the new institution, establishing our ministries as a commitment to several internationally sanctioned principles, policies, and international organizations. This declaration of independence were apparently expected to legitimize the new state of Biafra in the eye of other world powers or other countries. My fellow Biafrans that are listening to me today, many of these countries that have fought for their independence and they got it by declaration have gone through many obstacles. And we are also going through many obstacles which we actually have defeated. This kind of version of the new state in a declaration of independence often culminated in a request or appeal to other states and international organizations to recognize the independence of the new state. Exactly what Biafra is doing. But you know, all the approaches we've made so far, all the contacts we've made so far, we are just creating awareness. We're not expecting anybody to recognize us at this point because the declaration has not been made. It is after the declaration has been made, after the self-referendum has been counted and will have official result, declaration will be issued. After the declaration of independence, you can now begin to call to the people that you want to recognize that you have. Now you have recognized, you have declared your independence. Sorry, I'm speaking Finnish. I mistakenly speak Finnish. I'm sorry about that. You know, we have, you know, the language is part of me. So I just speak Finnish now. So sorry about that. So it's to inform the countries that we have declared our independence through the mandate given to us by Biafrans, of which over 50 million has voted for our self-referendum. You can't ignore that. You can't ignore that. You can never ignore that. So, by this, many countries have done what we are doing today. Some of the analysis from experts will ever remember and inscribe the Biafra pattern of independence and declaration to the history book. In view of all the strategies of delegitimization and legitimization, that is something that you must understand. There are many major three important principles that I would say in the Declaration of Independence. The grievances declaration, the institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. These particular three principles, I would say, subgenres of the Declaration of Independence State of Biafra is being worked on as I speak to you today by the Biafra Declaration Drafting Committee. And you must understand, we are 1 million steps ahead of Nigeria. That I must tell you. If you do not know today, know that we are 1 million. Before Nigeria will make any move, it is the move I have made 6 months ago. So we are very, very far, like very, very, very far ahead of Nigeria. The prime example of this declaration can be found in the United States Declaration of Independence of 1776. And even during the Biafra Declaration of Independence in 1967, it was only few grievances that was listed. Only some grievances that were listed during the Biafra Declaration of Independence. Today, we are adopting every grievances, listing them against Nigeria state. That has never been done in the history of Biafra until now. I want people to understand, especially those illiterate who are on the side of the IPOB Nigeria. You know, the kind of confusion that we put into them is very amazing. You will see the people supporting the drug lord Nigeria Tinubu shouting, Simon Ekpa, go and die, this is that. You will see the IPOB Nigeria shouting, Simon Ekpa is working for Tinubu, is working for Nigeria government. Have you ever seen any confusion like that? Have you seen any confusion like that? Why the Afonjas are crying that I am destroying every plan of their ogas in Nigeria, within the Nigeria state? The IPOB Nigeria, they are shouting, I am working for Nigeria. Why Nigeria is crying? That is the highest confusion. They don't know what is going on because they never believe that Nigeria can be challenged. You know how they address Nigeria? The most populous country in Africa, the biggest economy in Africa, the giant of Africa, the this and that, the evil entity is going down. They never believe that Nigeria can be challenged until today. Nigeria terrorist army never believed that Biafrans can actually volunteer to, risk their life to defend others. They thought everybody loved money. They thought every Biafra want life. Everybody want to live. They never believed that people can actually sacrifice their life for others. Nigeria never believed it. But today, it is happening. Volunteers of the Biafra Defense Forces are sacrificing their life for others. And this is unimaginable to the Nigerians. They never believed that a day like this will come, where people can actually give selfless service, where people can become patriotic, where you can see people dying for what they believe in. And it is very, very surprising to the Islamic Nigeria state. I'll give you an example of this declaration, even the recent one of Donetsk Act of 2014, Luhansk Act of 2014. This declaration named violation no state committed against the sitting unit, including human rights abuses, act of genocide, discrimination, and breach of agreement justifying their call for international recognition or remedial ground. That's exactly what Biafrans we are going to do. Our own is more and worse than whatever Luhansk and Donetsk ever experienced. We have experienced apartheid in Nigeria against Biafra people. We have experienced genocide. We have experienced discrimination. We are victims of all the crimes you can think of. And that is exactly what the declaration drafting committee are working on. And these particular grievances that we are listing in the declaration is going to justify our declaration on the 2nd of December 2024. And again, after that, we will move a very aggressive campaign for international recognition or remedial ground. I want Biafrans to understand that you can't, what exactly foundation have you laid in the past for Biafra to come? Nothing. Are you going to just say, UN, come and give me freedom? Come on. No, without any foundation, without organizing yourself? No. The dead Buhari told you that Biafrans, if you want freedom, go and organize yourself. And people did not actually understand what he said. And he himself did not actually know when he said it. I watched him. Of course, then I was one Nigeria. I looked at this man. I laughed. I said, don't worry. The day I will join this Biafra struggle, you will know what you have said. So what else do you need to know that the Biafra people have rejected Nigeria and they are only loyal to the Biafra government? Their hope of a new beginning and new life is on the government of Biafra. So my people, after the declaration in Finland, what do you expect? What you are going to expect is that we will officially communicate our declaration to the Nigeria state, demanding the recognition and acceptance of the self-referendum. Not only that, we are not sending it to Nigeria state for them to accept. They are never going to accept, and we know that. We will also communicate the African Union, even when we don't even like them. We will also communicate ECOWAS, even when we don't like them. We will officially communicate all these institutions seeking the approval of what we have done in exile, the history that we have done. And we will also officially communicate the United Nations through our international partners. We are not doing all these things for them to agree immediately, no, but believe me, we will release hell on Nigeria. After this December 2nd, we will release hell on Nigeria. I want you people to focus on the ORB report, where they say, after this declaration, after this self-referendum of Biafra, there is going to be two options. That Nigeria will either issue a political statement, that is when we have officially communicated Nigeria, demanding the recognition and acceptance of the Biafra self-referendum. Nigeria will either issue a political statement or ignore a political statement and use it and come militarily. We are already used to the military activities of Nigeria state for the past 3 years. We are only going to increase and escalate it. And like I said, we choose how we fight this. So my fellow Biafrans, I have a lot to tell you on the update of what to expect. So that when you are discussing with people, you can defend yourself and defend the government and defend what we are doing when you have knowledge of what we are doing and what is to come. If you are in argument with all these idiots, you can be able to tell them what we are doing and what we are going to do. So I believe this small clarification and update on the declaration coming 2nd of December have put you in the right track. Immediately after this declaration, what follows next, I am repeating it again so that it will sink inside the head of even the Dundees. That one, we will write Nigeria officially, informing Nigeria of what Biafra have done, giving the result of the self-referendum to Nigeria state, demanding the recognition of Biafra as an independent state, demanding the acceptance of the self-referendum, also demand the withdrawal of every Nigerian military and institution in the Biafra territory. We are not expecting them to do that, but we're going to write them officially so that it will go into history book. 2, we will officially write the AU, ECOWAS, and all international organizations, and you will know it in days to come. We have gotten recognition from more African countries. And those who call us their friend will extend our friendship and our hand of friendship to them. Biafra is the light of Africa.
Different milieu. When you take the history of Nigeria, from the very beginning, when we were amalgamated, to the very beginning we became a nation, we got it all together wrong.
I want you to listen to this man.
When you take the history of Nigeria, from the very beginning, when we were amalgamated, to the very beginning we became a nation, we got it all together wrong.
From the beginning of the amalgamation to the time Nigeria got independent, they're wrong. This is coming from one northerner.
You bring in people of different culture, different beliefs.
You see?
Different socialization.
You see?
Different milieu.
You see?
Different outlooks.
You see?
Merge them together by force to form a nation. Only the initial builders of Nigeria had a clear vision and a mission, devoid of any sentiment. Soon thereafter, it became clear that it was a wrong union. It was a union that was not properly negotiated. We could have remained a great country if we had isolated our own identities, peculiarities, culture, while contributing to build a nation just like America. But we ended up having people from one generation, one set of leaders to another, everybody coming with a vision and a mission, and destroying the previous ones he met, even if they are good because they are put in place by an imaginary enemy. Secondly, we have a nation where we celebrate criminals. It is only in Nigeria that somebody will clearly steal and loot hugely from the public treasury. And then after some times, you see him receiving national honors. You see him being given chieftaincy titles. You see him being called king, prince, or an emir. That is an indicator that we are yet to be there. We also form a nation. Only the initial builders of Nigeria had a clear vision and a mission, devoid of any sentiment. Soon thereafter, it became clear that it was a wrong union. It was a union that was not properly negotiated. We could have remained a great country if we had isolated our own identities, peculiarities, culture, while contributing to build a nation just like America. But we ended up having people from one generation, one set of leaders to another, everybody coming with a vision and a mission, and destroying the previous ones he met, even if they are good because they are put in place by an imaginary enemy. Secondly, we have a nation where we celebrate criminals. It is only in Nigeria that somebody will clearly steal and loot hugely from the public treasury. And then after some times, you see him receiving national honors. You see him being given chieftaincy titles. You see him being called king, prince, or an emir. That is an indicator that we are yet to be there. We also have a complacent followership, a followership that is satisfied with collecting 500 naira to vote, 1,000 naira to vote, a bar of soap, a tin of milk. On that basis, he surrenders his franchise. It means we are not conscious of our civic duties and responsibilities as a nation. Majority of the common people that are complaining now are also contributing to the destruction of the country in collaboration with the colleagues or of the elites. While the elites are losing the treasury, they are hailing them. Today, if a northerner were to be caught stealing 10 billion naira and he is taken to court, believe me honestly, you will see northern organizations, northern elites, some of them saying that he is being persecuted because he's a northerner, because he's a Muslim.
We also saw in southern Nigeria.
I want you to understand that you've just listened to this man who said that the problem of Nigeria started from the amalgamation up to the independent. And Nigeria can never be one. Now, I want you to listen to Pastor Enenche. Everybody is busy. Everybody is busy telling you how to defend yourself, telling you law, telling you this, including us who are fighting for Biafra. The question is, those who believe in one Nigeria, why are you preaching self-defense? I do not understand. That is crazy. That is insanity. You believe in one Nigeria, and at the same time, you are preaching your congregation for self-defense. You are now teaching law. Everybody is now a law teacher, a law lecturer. This Pastor Enenche is now teaching law in his church, teaching people which constitution, which law gave them the right for self-defense. Will be teaching people how to defend themselves. Oh, Jesus Christ. I do not know the kind of brain in this show, G. Somebody know that a country is not working. Somebody know that the country can never work again. Yet, he is teaching you how to defend yourself. I want you to watch.
I'm asking a very pertinent
not here, sorry. Not here. The military are coming to kill us every day. Yet, this man is in the church preaching self-defense. Self-defense
that made them to bomb Imo State. Self-defense that made them to bomb Anambra. Self-defense that made the military to lay siege today in entire Biafra land. He is just preaching it in his church. What are you going to use to defend yourself against gun, chain bullet wielding Fulani terrorists? What are you going to use to defend yourself? You need another AK-47. You need chain bullet. So Nigeria Army going to allow you to have a self-defense. This is a misplaced priority. Very stupid people.
Of which is done in the lawful exercise of the right of private defense.
Akoko, you are teaching law in your church when the Fulani that is ruling you in Nigeria do not respect the law. In fact, they can't even read it, not to talk of interpreting it. You are reading law to your church members.
Nothing is an offense. Vigilante group hear the word.
Okay, vigilante group hear the word. They are fighting and killing our own vigilante group. You are in your church preaching for vigilante group to hear the word. Che!
Nothing is an offense. Section 60 of the
Section 60. You are preaching section 60 of the penal code. You are reading it to them. Jesus Christ. Yet, you want to be part of Nigeria. This is the stupidest thing I have ever seen in my life.
Or defending another.
From
being destroyed or let's go to Bible
solution. And if he thinks that he really wants to stay in Nigeria, he should provide guns, guns and ammunition to people in his village. Let us see that. Let us know that he's serious. Is there calling a vigilante? Who is forming vigilante for him? Are they not human being? Oh, he's calling vigilante that somebody else formed. And he's there preaching self-defense. Mad people everywhere.
Exodus chapter 20.
This happened in Abuja. And he is preaching from Abuja. Look at it. These are Fulani in Abuja. And people are running. This is where they born Igbo businesses. In Abuja, on highway. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? And if this person stops, they're going to kill him. Look at. This is a country. Why would you want to be part of a country like this? Look at. Look at. Look at. And let me tell you, before they embark on this particular journey, they have the backing of the military. Military will the one of the general or something will tell them where go. Nobody will come there. No military will come there. No police will come there. And somebody will be in the church. Defend yourself. So let's assume now that this man in this car now was a member of Enenche, a member of Enenche church, and they have watched Enenche saying defend yourself, defend yourself, and then he come out here and he want to defend himself. He's dead already. So, but the question I want to ask you is that, which one do you prefer? Yeah? Which one do you prefer? Why would you want to be in a country where you're treated like this, and then you want to be defending yourself, instead of choosing to leave and develop yourself and have peace? So who, I do not understand. Did you see that? This is really, really sickening. Lawless country.
Somebody say back to sender. Plucked out the eye of a little boy. This occasion I am meant to die. As I am about to go, then say, but now, he that has a pulse, let him take it. And likewise is his script.
Okay. Bishop Kuka's house. Bishop Kuka entered Ben Johnson. Bishop Kuka collect with a boat deceiving them.
This is enough. It's enough.
I
was about to leave, and he didn't change that command before he left.
Okay.
After resurrection, he was on earth for 40 days.
All right.
He didn't say to his disciples, I have resurrected now. What I was saying at that time, I was playing.
Bishop Kuka is on the run. Thank you very much. After shouting like this, Bishop Kuka is on the run. He ran for his dear life. all the preaching, all the self-defense, Bishop Kuka, all the shouting. When the reality entered the Bishop Kuka's house, Bishop Kuka entered Ben Johnson. Bishop Kuka collect with a boat, deceiving themselves. Bishop Kuka could not do that thing he was preaching. Peace. He was preaching. Is enough is enough. We cannot continue like this. If you want to. Bishop Kuka ran. He was running like a boy. He disappeared. But he will come back again and preach to you one Nigeria. Bishop Kuka will come back and tell you Nigeria is one. We must continue to live. This the president have not managed the diversity. I am Bishop Kuka. The point here is that the Mr. President have not managed the diversity very well. He did not manage the diversity very well. But today, Bishop Kuka is on the run. This man that is preaching here, telling you self-defense, he goes with AK-47 carrying policemen. Okay? He go with AK-47 carrying policemen. Who know how many policemen, mama policemen goes with him? All of them, they will preach that thing they don't do. They preach you self instead of them to preach the reality. The reality is that Nigeria can never work. The reality is that Nigeria have what I call a dangerous diversity that can never ever work in this life. Now, let us listen to him.
I was saying it because I'm about to be crucified and I won't be around with you. He didn't reverse the decree. Sell goat. The time will be coming where the sword will be more important than the garment. If the penal code, the constitution has said it, and the word of God has said it, who is that devil?
Yeah.
Who is that agent?
You can ask Kuka.
You cannot say what God has said.
Ask Bishop Kuka.
Never go about deliberately looking for who to disturb.
You see the Connie way. Never go about deliberately looking for who to disturb. Who is going about deliberately looking for who to disturb? You say never go about. You don't need to go about. They will come. They will come for you. You don't need to go about. What did our leader say about these people? I want you to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Say, please don't go about looking for trouble. Chai! The Shoji. Mad people everywhere. I want you to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
That the structures doesn't exist. The institutions that will allow the emergence of a
rather than going on now. Now, let me ask you. I know. Why don't your group put?
For those who will always say, "Oh, why don't you win election? Why don't you bring somebody who is going to win election for you? Why don't you go to national conference? Why don't you do this?" Listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu answered.
Push for that in a place like the national conference that is going on now to get that kind of autonomy first, rather than now pushing for independence without whether Nigeria wants it or not.
Is that the structures doesn't exist. The institutions that will allow the emergence of a democratic Biafra within a peaceful setting does not currently exist in that very place you call Nigeria. Mind you, that is the name of a river. Up north, you call them Niger, which is French. If you come down a little bit, it is called Niger, which is English. And the people that live around it are called Nigerians. The only place, or part of the only place in Black Africa where you name a people after a river. I have never seen any civilized country in the world where people are named after a river. It's never happened before. The people own the river, not the other way around. By tacitly accepting the word and the tag Nigeria, what it means is that you never had any history until Frederick Lugard came, which is a fallacy, it's an abomination, and nobody should be saying that. Coming back to what you said, there is no way we can run for office as a political party. We tried it with ABGA and it did not work. These issues were trashed out very well. Is that the people that control the levers of power within Nigeria are not politically sophisticated enough to appreciate the finer point of political discourse. In other words, that disputes resolution can best be conducted within a political setting where people are civilized. And I'm afraid to say that what I see in the zoo they call Nigeria, people are not civilized.
Now, we're out of time, but let me ask you, last week, I believe, the Biafran Zionist movement claimed a responsibility for the attack at the Enugu State Government House. Are you familiar with that group, and what was the mission of that attack?
I am familiar with a lot of groups. That name rings a bell. Anybody that can do anything to disrupt the present orthodoxy of governance by a group of very corrupt cabals is welcome. In that regard, I welcome what they did at Enugu, and I hope that people can come out and join us when the time comes to overthrow the very corrupt, inept old men and women in charge of that very place, because Biafra must exist. It's our right to make sure it happens.
All right.
While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group, while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group whatsoever, just like I am supporting any group at all, so long as you are fighting against Nigeria. While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not supporting, is not condemning any group, the people that claim follow him today, they say Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Simon Ekpa is this. Simon Ekpa is that. After 10 good months of fighting Simon Ekpa, they didn't achieve anything. After 10 months of fighting Simon Ekpa, they didn't achieve anything. Yet, they are now changing tone. Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Simon Ekpa is the leader of unknown gunmen. Chai! This OG. And they are looking for freedom. You see, the more you blackmail me, the more you are blackmailing yourself. You think you are blackmailing me. You are blackmailing yourself. You don't know that? When the BBC came and do their nonsense disinformation, is it only Simon Ekpa that they showed his picture? Is it only Simon Ekpa? You all were there. All of you were there. You could not even defend yourself. The same Simon Ekpa you are calling all manner of names defended you there. And let me tell you, even when they mentioned Simon Ekpa, the issue they mentioned Simon Ekpa, there was not even, I can defend anything I say. All of you, you could not defend yourself, yet, you blackmail me. You think that when you blackmail me, when they want to call name, they call only Ekpa? All of you, your picture were there. Did you see my picture in the write-up? No. My picture was my video was hidden in the video. But all of you, your picture was there. Every day you look for Simon Ekpa, you post. Simon Ekpa is one poda. Simon Ekpa is a perima. Simon Ekpa is this. When the thing begin to happen, you think it doesn't, they will call you. And when the issue started, you could not defend yourself. You couldn't defend yourself. BBC did not say it was Simon Ekpa. BBC put your picture, all of you, as you were blackmailing Simon Ekpa, they did not say it was, they put all of your picture. So this one, they say, we are going to kill this one, we are going to kill that one. All of your picture was there, your video was there. Yet, you will wake up every day to blackmail Simon Ekpa. And every day, if you don't, of course, some of you can never learn. Hatred and jealousy of Simon Ekpa have beclouded the brain that you don't even have at all. I do not know when they are going to learn. They think when they promote Simon Ekpa by calling Simon Ekpa criminal, BBC will come and say Simon Ekpa. All of you, the more you are calling me a terrorist, the way you are calling me a terrorist is the same thing you are calling yourself. You think when you be a terrorist is oh Jesus Christ. This BBC disinformation should have teach all of you a lesson. You think when you come to social media because you hate me, because you are jealous of me, because you don't like me, you think when you call me criminal, you are going to pay for everything you say. You are going to pay. You carry my name and blackmail. Simon Ekpa is the leader of a non-government. Simon Ekpa is this one. Simon Ekpa is that one. You see the way BBC is dealing with you people? If anything is going to happen anywhere, you are going to also be dragged into it. And you can't even defend yourself. Iti Boribos. Iti Pataka. Everywhere.
Language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
You're very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I welcome every one of you that has connected. As many as have been patient on this very broadcast up to this minute, I appreciate every one of you. There is no time that is wasted in this platform. Every single video I play has a message. Try as much as possible to listen to the videos I play at the beginning. It doesn't matter how many times you have seen it. It doesn't matter how many times it's been played. Each time you listen to it, there will be a new message that will be passed to you. The messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the message of Mazi Samoneka are like the epistle of the Bible. Each time you read it, it is going to give you a different meaning. It is going to give you a different vision. It is going to open your eye to things you have not seen, to things you are forgetting, it will help answer questions that you're asking. That is why I take my time to play the messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Samoneka. I can play it for hours. I can listen to this for hours. As I'm playing it, I'm listening. You are not the only one listening. I am watching it and I'm listening and I'm picking points. That is why when I call myself a disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or a disciple of Mazi Samoneka, I don't just say it because I want to say it. I say it because I am convinced of the people I'm following. When I say it is only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Samoneka that have won my heart, I say it because of what I have seen, not because of someone told me. It is based on my own judgment. And I have always advised at this platform that you should try as much as possible to have your own independent judgment. I welcome every one of you. Whether you are watching us on TikTok, you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on X, any place you come across our video, please like and share the program. Like and share the program. The reason we come online every day is to continue to educate the Biafrans, to create a room for constructive engagement, for constructive arguments, to allow people to see things from other angles, to allow people to express their opinion. That is why I'm here. And in this platform, you are entitled to your opinion. I'm not here to force you to believe what I'm saying or to cajole you to follow me or to do one thing or the other that you are not comfortable with. No, that's not what I'm here. I'm here for you to be able to have an independent mind. I'm here for you to present your superior argument. I'm here to listen. So if you have a superior argument, each time I come online, if you join me live, send in your request. Come with your question. Come with your argument. Let us sort it out. Respectfully. Respectfully. Let's sort it out. And as we are sorting it out, there are people watching across the world. The whole world is watching. It will help the world to look into what you're saying, to help Biafrans to be able to get answers to their questions and also take an independent decision that they can be able to defend anytime, any day. In this platform, we do not come in this platform to instigate violence. We don't come here to promote hate speech. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We don't come here to attack any race or religion. In this platform, it is a platform, an independent platform where people express themselves. Regardless your values, regardless your opinion, regardless your line of thought, regardless your orientation, you are welcome. Express yourself. Engage with us. You can engage in the comment section. Put down your question. If you cannot join live, put down your question. I will be glad to respond to your question. And if you want to join me on a discussion, join. If you want a debate, come on, bring it up. What we do in this platform is only to promote the cause of Biafra, the unity of the Biafran people, and present Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That is what we do, and we will continue to do so. It's a responsibility we have taken. And until there's a difference, until Biafra is free, we will continue on this path. I welcome every one of you that have connected, wherever you are connecting from, whether you are joining us from Europe, Asia, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. You are joining us from Russia, you're joining us from Ukraine, you're joining us from Iran. Wherever you are joining us from, you are watching us from the White House, you are welcome. I appreciate every one of you, and I thank you for being part of this program. Kindly like and share. Click like and share. We know we are having so much attack on our platform for one reason or the other. We are having an attack that is coming even from those who call themselves Biafrans. We are having attack in our platform, reporting the platform. People that call themselves Biafrans, they report our messages simply because we are not saying what they want to hear. People who claim they are fighting for Biafra, they report my platform. They fight against my platform. They suppress us. Most of the attack we are getting is not even from the Nigerian government, but from the same people that we are supposed to be pursuing the unity of purpose. But at the same, anyone that is genuine and you have an open mind, they are joining us here with an open mind. The only support you can give us is to like the program. Click like and share so that we can overcome the evil ones. By liking and sharing, you are helping to keep the platform standing, and you are inviting people to join us on this discourse. Share the program even to those who disagree and those who agree. Let them come and present their argument. That is why we're here. I appreciate everyone who has made it this far. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your patience. And may Chukwu Okike Abiam continue to guide and protect every one of us. Today's program, we are going to discuss on a topic which says the moment of truth. The moment of truth. Can the DOS unite with Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, to defend the Biafra self-determination? This is what we are discussing today. It is a very important discourse. It has everything to do with our unity and whom we are. The moment of truth. Can the new DOS unite with our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi, to defend the Biafra self-determination? It is a question. A question that you can answer as you are on the comment section. You can answer it through the comment section. You can write your own answer. Put it forward. What do you think? Whatever be your own suggestion and idea, put it on the comment section. Once I see it, I'm going to read it out. And then we go from there. The moment of truth. We are in a moment of truth. It is no longer a prediction. That is why I say the people that are still living in the cage are those that don't have an independent mind. If you are someone that has an independent mind and you have critical thinking, you have to know that we are in the moment of truth. Inside the restoration of Biafra, I am talking about us. Even outside, this is the moment of truth. A time that the Biafran restoration is taking another divine shape. Remember, there is a word in the Bible that says that all things worketh for good to them that love Chukwu Okike Abiam. All things worketh for good to them that love Chukwu Okike Abiam. And that is applicable to us as Biafran agitators. Everything is working for our own good. It does not matter what Nigerian government does. It doesn't matter what the saboteurs are doing. It doesn't matter what the enemies are doing. Everything, at the end of the day, we turn out to work for our own good. The moment of truth. The only reason you cannot see this moment of truth is because you cage yourself into a small box. You cage your mind into a small box, and you are mentally sealed up in a small cage, in a small mushroom group. And the group where you cage yourself have made you not to think outside the box. We are trying to free ourselves from enslavement, and yet you are enslaving your senses, you're enslaving your mind by limiting yourself within a small mushroom group where you can't even ask questions, where you can't engage in critical thinking, where you take a copy of what you are being given without questions and you run with it. And that has made you not to even digest important informations when they come, both physically and spiritually. You can't digest important informations. Even though you are here watching us on this platform, even though you come to my platform, you watch, you see it, yet you don't understand. Because you're not coming with an independent mind. You are coming with a mind that is already made up, not to accept anything that is being said. You are already coming with a mind either to attack or to look for a fault. And once you are coming to this platform with such a mind, you will never learn anything. And I bet you will be left behind. We are in a moment of truth. There is no genuine Biafran today that doesn't know that we're in a moment of truth. A time that Biafra cannot be swept under the carpet. A time that everything that is hidden is brought out. All the evil that the Zoological Republic is doing against the struggle today is in the open. Every strategy they have put in place to suppress Biafra backfires and turn against them. Some of you don't know that it is the Biafran struggle that brought out the Christian genocide. It is the Biafran struggle, the cry and the worries and the shouting of the Biafran, the confidence we gave the indigenous people in that Nigeria that gave birth to Christian genocide, and the world began to speak about it. It's a moment of truth. And when you come down to the struggle today, moment of truth, this is a time that anyone that remembers Mazi Ekpa and you did not appreciate him, you are a devil himself. This is a time, even in the absence of our Prime Minister Mazi Ekpa, his vindication is coming every single day. Confessions and testimonies are coming from even the angle you ever believe it will come. People can no longer hold back. You see, the truth, you can only suppress the truth for a certain time. You can only delay the truth for a certain time. A time will come when you cannot cover the light. No matter how little a light is, put it in darkness, it will definitely shine. Put it in darkness, it will definitely shine. Today, the moment of truth. When I look at the social media today and what is happening, it is a very interesting period. A time that I'm happy to be alive to see. Many of us could not make it this far. Many of us could not make it this far to see these testimonies and confessions. If you are still alive and you are witnessing the confession that is coming today, right, left, and center, more especially confession on Mazi Ekpa good deed. When he called himself the good guy, many people got jealous and they thought he's being proud. Today, Mazi Ekpa is not the one that called himself, he's just calling himself good guy. Everybody today is identifying him as a good guy, including in the Zoological Republic. Those who come to the platforms on their radio stations, on their different kind of stations to castigate him, they are today recognizing him as a good guy. He fought the true battle. We were with Mazi Ekpa all the while, shouting, crying, and telling the world what is happening and wanting to happen. They ganged up the Nigerian government with their international connections with the sacked DOS. The ex-DOS, the sacked DOS, they were the one that was carrying it in their forehead. They went as far as writing a petition, formulating a petition. They went as far as conducting false flag just to get an evidence and submit against Mazi Simon Ekpa. You saw the video I played where Mazi Simon Ekpa was saying that while you are busy castigating him, calling him terrorist, you think it's about him. It's not about him. You are doing it to yourself. That is why I have always said, you do not call any Biafran agitator a terrorist. It doesn't matter what the person does. Don't use that term for your brother, for your sister. It is wrong. It is wrong. No matter what the person does, you don't address your own brother that is fighting the same cause you're fighting as a terrorist. I have said this several times. That is the problem I have with so many people. In my platform, I don't come here to call people names. I can talk about issues that concerns you, but I'm not going to mention your name. If you come across my video, you know it concerns you. It's left for you to either take the correction or you continue following in your darkness. How much else I go mine? It's not my duty to come online and begin to insult or call people's name. I don't do that. But those I'm talking about know themselves. We are in a very interesting time. It is sad that sometimes you see people come and claim, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is my leader. Mazi Simon Ekpa is my leader. You carry the image of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you play his prayer, you play his video, you write his name, use his picture. At the same time, you are not. That doesn't make you a follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Mazi Simon Ekpa. Using their picture and their images does not make you their followers. It doesn't make you a disciple. We judge by your works and what you do. There are so many instructions that Mazi Simon Ekpa gave us that many disobeyed and still disobeying up to today. I'm going to give you one of the simplest ones. After the problem of Madam Azoka, during that period, so many people took upon themselves, even though Mazi Simon Ekpa never spoke against her one day. Mazi Simon Ekpa never talked against her. Publicly, Mazi Simon Ekpa never made any broadcast against her. Some people took it upon herself and attack her, call her different kinds of names. At a point in time, Mazi Simon Ekpa came out and told us in the media that I was part of. He didn't even say it private, it was in the public. He said, every media warrior that is under him should stop attacking any Biafran that is in this agitation. Even if the person insults him, it doesn't matter what the person does. Mazi Simon Ekpa said, cease attack on any person that is a Biafran fighting for freedom. It does not matter the group they belong. It doesn't matter the name they bear. It doesn't matter that even if the person insults him, don't fight for him. Focus on the self-determination. That was the order that was given by Mazi Simon Ekpa. He expressly told us, anybody that is fighting for Biafra, do not attack. And during that warning, he even mentioned some people's name who were in the front line of making some unnecessary attacks there. Did they obey? They did not obey. Up to today, the people that he mentioned are still fighting today. They are still the ones today that are very good in attacking people, calling people names, propaganda, blackmailing people, staggering people. The same people he mentioned, today they are still the same people that they never see anything good in any Biafra. It does not matter what you do. They will never see the good aspect of your work. Never, ever. Anything you do, they must see the negativity in it. Anything you do, no matter how positive it is, they will turn it to be negative. Those people are still doing it up to today. Up to now, as I'm telling you, they are still doing it. And they still call themselves the followers of Mazi Simon Ekpa. They still address themselves as special people to Mazi Simon Ekpa. The same thing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same people that claim to be with Mazi, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this and that. At the end of the day, They disobeyed every single thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instructed. They disobeyed. Then you still call yourself a leader. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gives an order, you disobey it. A direct order that you know it is meant for you and I to progress in the journey. It is meant to unite us, to make us one. The most concentration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from day one has been the unity of the people of Biafra. That was where he started, and that is where he's ending. Unity. Unity. He has always spoken about the unity of purpose. This self-determination. Let us have a united front. You can have your opinion, you can have your suggestion, you can have your own idea on how you want to go about it. But let all of us focus on this exit from Nigeria. You might not follow the exit road I'm going to follow. You might have your own exit route. I have my own exit route. But let us all focus on the route through which we can exit from this cage. That is the most important thing. He has done everything he could. But up to today, the same people who claim he is their leader still disobey the critical instructions and information that he has given to unite us. They step away from it. The same thing with Mazi Nnamdi. It is not all who call Father, Father, Father that will enter the kingdom of heaven, says the Bible. It is not all those who call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi are truly their disciples. So many of them are not. But they know that these two names carries weight. They know with their own name, they go nowhere. They know with their own picture and personality, they are nowhere. So they continue to attach themselves with these icons of freedom, with these icons of truthfulness, with these icons have been tested and tried and tested. They know they can't achieve anything with their name or their personality. And yet they somehow want us to believe they are still in part. Remember, by their fruit we shall know them. Judge people by their fruit, not by what they tell you, not by what you hear or what you see, not by what you are told. Judge by their fruit. So many of us have been in this media for decades. So many of us has been in this media for decades, not attaching ourselves to anybody, not being bought over by anybody, not being paid by anybody, not being sponsored by anybody. Simply doing what we feel is a section that we have chosen for ourselves, for our own freedom. I am fighting for my freedom. You are fighting for yours. Whatever I'm doing here is for my freedom. It's not just for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom or Mazi Simon Ekpa or you yourself that is watching out there. Whatever I'm doing here is for my own freedom. So I don't need anybody to pay me, push me, or force me to do it. No. Likewise, you there that is sharing the program. When you join the program every day, you share it. You make sure at least you reach out to one person. You are doing yourself a favor. You're not just doing it to me. Don't do it that, by sharing it, you are favoring true survival. No. I'm nobody. When it comes to the issue of Biafra restoration, I'm nobody. Whether I live or I die, Biafra will still come. Whether you share or you don't share, Biafra will still come. So it doesn't, whether I speak or I don't, Biafra will still come. I'm just doing my own part to register myself into the struggle of my own people, into my own freedom. I'm putting my own little effort, and you need to do the same. If you can't make video, share the videos you see. It is a very important time. And I want every one of you in this program today to pay full attention. A very interesting time. There is a very important video I saw that was made that caught my attention. That video was made by Master Prophet. Master Prophet was one of the people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us to cease every attack against him. Even while we were being programmed, in my nature of program, I don't focus on attack. You don't even need to tell me not to attack somebody for me. I don't focus on attack. I only go against people and debunk. When you throw lies against my supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or my prime minister Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when you push lie against them or unnecessary attack, I respond. I respond with points, critically, not by insult, not by shouting, no, not by lies, not by propaganda of lies. I respond with facts and debunk whatever you say. At a point in time, we knew that Master Prophet was against our Prime Minister due to the information he has at that particular point in time. But a time came, he realized that he was fighting the wrong battle. And he changed without wasting time. And Mazi Nnamdi also extended hand of love to him and gave us an order: don't attack him. Nobody should attack him. In fact, Mazi Nnamdi was encouraging us to go and watch his program, because then he was making some revelations that Mazi Nnamdi decided not to talk about. When he comes to that issue, Mazi Nnamdi will tell you, go to his platform. Go there, you get enough information for yourself. Even when his platform was brought down, this DOS, they brought the platform of Master Prophet down. It was Mazi Nnamdi that built that platform within some hours. He came to Twitter and announced for every one of us to go and subscribe to him. We went and subscribed, and that platform rose up within some hours. He came back and got monetized again. And Mazi Nnamdi gave us instruction: don't attack him. Express instruction. You see, that is why sometimes when I see people who are so bitter, you are so bitter that I don't know what have been done against you that you can't forgive. We have seen people who have done worse things to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, worse things to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and yet they open their hands and embrace them. They never reject anybody. They never push anybody away. But today you see people who are so bitter in their hearts that they can't admit, they are so bitter that even from their word, the way they speak about their brothers and sisters, you begin to wonder. Mazi Nnamdi opened his hand at every given point in time. Even people that have castigated, we know people who came online, called him different kinds of names, and yet he forgave. The same thing, the video of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that I just played here. If you have followed me from the beginning, that video I played, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying that we can't be holding ourselves stagnant because of one mistake or the other. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that every one of us have made a mistake at one point or the other. Every one of us is at fault. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. That every one of us must have made mistake at one point or the other. So there is no reason anybody should claim to be over-righteous and claim being over-sacred, that everybody has offended the other person in one way or the other. I just played a video where Mazi Nnamdi said that. And he was saying that, explaining the need for unity between every Biafran, regardless your opinion, regardless your race, regardless your tongue, regardless your location, regardless your group where you belong. There is need for us to speak in one voice and continue to operate as brothers and sisters. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in that video, he said that if there can be at this time some Igbos that are married to Hausas, Igbos that are married to Fulanis, Igbos that are married to Yoruba, despite of what they did against us during the Civil War, we have gone back to marry, give birth to children with them. Why won't you forgive your own brother? Your own brother. Why would you forgive? What will your own brother do to you against you that you cannot even forgive? You cannot even look away. That you now begin to use it as something that is unpardonable. I just play the video Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. The highest thing you can do when you see somebody who is going in a path that you don't like, you can't tolerate, you look away. Walk away from them and stay on your own. When Biafra comes, remember, there will be a law that guides us. Everything we are doing today as we are pursuing the cause of Biafra is on record. More especially those of us that are online. Internet never forgets. Internet never forgets. Every single thing we are doing today is on record. And when Biafra comes, there will be a rule of law. And when anybody feels you have blackmailed them, you have assassinated their character, they can take you to court with evidence, with evidence. And then you will come and explain yourself. And whatever be the consequence for the blackmail or assassination of character, you will face it 100%. That is one thing some of us don't know. More especially those of us that come online to make videos and speak. Internet never forgets. Except you don't believe that Biafra is going to come. But I believe it's going to come. And it doesn't matter whether you believe or don't believe, it's going to come. And when that time comes, people are going to judge you based on what you are saying to them, what you are doing. A time will come, people are going to take you to court based on what you are saying and you're doing today. And you will come and prove, give a proof to your accusation. It's just like those who are accusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. All this blackmail and propaganda against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When Biafra comes, we don't need to fight with you. You will only be invited in the court. You come and explain how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu became a fraudster. You come and explain how Mazi Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. The court will decide. We don't need to exchange words. We don't need to fight. We don't even need to banter words. The court will invite you. And if the court says you are innocent, you go. If the court finds you guilty, you face the full wrath of the law. But what I see sometimes that some of us, even though we shout Biafra, Biafra, we don't believe that Biafra is going to come. Because if you believe that Biafra is coming, you have to be mindful of what you say. Hold your facts. Don't just open your mouth and speak because you want to speak. I thank God today that many people are doing their corrections. Many people that has conscience are making corrections in false accusation, more especially the false accusations against our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are enormous. Many people have openly apologized, and the record is there. And those who are still deepening themselves in the destruction are still there, and we are keeping records. This is a very interesting time. The moment of truth. The moment of truth. And we must never forget this very interesting moment. So today, on this topic that we are discussing, we are going to try as much as possible to elaborate on this topic, so that the world will understand what we are saying. And so those who are watching will also be able to put one or two together and understand where we are coming from. Because it is not enough to shout and shout and shout. At the end of the day, nothing is understood. The most important thing we do is to make sure that our audience is following us closely and understanding every single point we are making here, to make sure that the cause of the Biafra agitation is promoted wherever you are watching from across the world. I appreciate you and I thank you for joining us today, whether you are watching from Africa, Europe, North America, Asia, Australia, or anywhere else in the world. I sincerely appreciate your time. It is not easy giving out your time, even if it's a second. It matters a lot. Time is money, more especially when you're living abroad. Don't forget, today's discussion concerns a subject that has attracted considerable public attention among supporters of and observers of the Biafran self-determination. This topic has a lot to do with us in this self-determination journey. Our objective today is not to tell anyone what to think. As I always tell you, my objective in this platform is not to direct you or tell you what to think. Rather, it is to encourage careful reflection on history, on leadership, internal disagreements, human rights, and the role that dialogue can play whenever movement experience internal differences. As with many political and social movements around the world, people often disagree over leadership, over strategy, over priorities, over method. Disagreement is something that you cannot avoid. It is always there in every organization across the world, not just with the IPOB, not just with the Biafra agitator and self-determination journey. No. Such disagreements are not unique to one movement or one country. Everywhere, people get into disagreements at one point or the other. History shows that they occurred in civil rights movements, independent movements, labor movements, democratic reform campaign, and many other organizations across the world. Disagreements is always there. So it is not just about the Biafra agitation. That is why sometimes when people begin to make some instances like those who feel that we are not one, we are not yet united, that Biafra is not united until we are united before we can be free. These things, these differences and misunderstandings are always there. Disagreement will always be. You can't avoid it. Even in United Nations, there is disagreement tomorrow. EU, there is disagreement. African Union, there is disagreement. Down to family, there are disagreements. Today, we will examine those issues through a broader historical lens. That is what we do. When internal disagreements happen, every moment begins with shared objectives. Every moment, every movement begins with shared objectives. Over time, however, differences naturally emerge. People may disagree over leadership structure, organizational accountability, communication, negotiation, public messaging, legal strategy, internal engagement, priorities. These can cause disagreements. These are areas people can disagree at all times. These differences do not automatically mean one side is entirely right and another entirely wrong. No. Often they reflect different judgment about how best to pursue similar long-term goals. It only gives opportunity for broader arguments. For people to be able to judge rightfully. Have different judgment about how to pursue similar terms in long-term goals. And when you consider all, you can be able to make a right choice. History demonstrates that disagreement within movements can arise from personality, ideology, strategy, and changing circumstances. These differences can always be there. Understanding those dynamics is essential for anyone seeking to understand political movements objectively. Human rights movements objectively. Self-determination movement objectively. For you to be able to understand properly those dynamics. You must be able to look into personalities, ideologies, strategies, and changing circumstances. Know that there will be differences in these based on individuals. And when you have that understanding of those dynamics, it's essential for anyone seeking understanding so that you can be able to do things right. Focusing mainly on the Biafra self-determination now. The Biafra question has a long history that predates the present day. Its roots lie in historical events surrounding Nigerian independence, ethnic tensions, political instability, the events leading to the Nigerian Civil War, and the humanitarian crisis that follows. Many people continue to hold different views about the events that happened during the Civil War. Some emphasize on historical grievances, others emphasize national unity. Still, others focus primarily on constitutional reform, federalism, and human rights. Understanding diversity of perspectives is important when discussing any contemporary developments. We must be open to listening. We must be open to dialogue. We must be open to reason with others and allow independent minds to speak. Leadership is often one of the most challenging aspects of any movement you can ever think of. Public discussions have involved organizations such as IPOB, the Indigenous People of Biafra, the Directorate of State, DOS, and BRGIE, along with public figures including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Ekpa. The IPOB, the DOS, the BRGIE, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi, this is one body with little differences and understandings and way of doing things. But it is time for us to find a common ground. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have made a major step, have taken a major move for reconciliation and unity to find a common ground to pursue our common interests. Different supporters have expressed different opinions regarding leadership, legitimacy, organizational structure, and strategy. This is the battle that is within us today in this struggle. The battle is on. And I thank you for the leadership we have. The supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have taken a bold step to unify every one of us. Personally, I have never had a doubt one day that our family, where we belong, is IPOB. You can have your own mushroom group. There is nothing wrong in it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu recognizes everybody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not say, oh, close all agitating group and come into one. No. If you have a mushroom group where you feel your own voice will be heard, a place you think you understand the opinion and ideology can go along with you, you are free to be there. But while you are there, pursue self-determination, which is our major unity of purpose, where we gather. And always remember that the family is IPOB. That is our foundation. It is IPOB that gave birth to every single group we are talking about today. You can think about IPOB gave birth to it. Majority, if not all, majority of the groups you see today were giving birth to IPOB. So IPOB is something that is called an OB. There's something they call an OB in Igbo language. An OB, you don't sell it. An OB, you don't sell it. You cannot sell an OB. You don't do it. That is what IPOB is. That is our foundation where we all belong. And anybody that is seeing IPOB as a threat, I'm sorry, you are not in the right path. You are not in the struggle. When you hear that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have recovered IPOB, when you hear instruction coming from the new DOS and you see it as a threat, you are not on the right path. Check yourself again and walk away from that group. Any group that sees the IPOB as a threat is not fighting for freedom. Our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will tell you the same thing. Because the problem Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had initially was this very Department of Saboteurs that we are sacked. The ex-DOS, we are the major problem that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw. And he called them out. And we conducted a vote of no confidence, pushed them aside. And because they continued to damage the name and continue to frustrate the name, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left the name for them and went ahead to create Biafra government in exile and went ahead to continue to pursue the restoration of Biafra without being stopped. These issues have generated considerable debates, both online and offline. Debates between the same family. They talk about the DOS, talk about the BRGIE, talk about the IPOB. We are one body, we are one people. And the earlier you realize it, the earlier you understand it, the better. Now that the criminals have been sent out, now that the criminals who created the problem for the first time, who drove Mazi Nnamdi to extreme, now that they have been shown the door out, it is time you retrace your source. Retrace your source and begin to do things right. Don't see your brother as an enemy. Don't see IPOB as a threat. Do not see IPOB as a threat. That is our family. That's where we belong. Regardless the mushroom group where you belong, you are free. You are entitled to be there as long as you are genuinely pursuing the self-determination of the Biafran people. Go ahead. After all, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, whatever you will do to bring Biafra, go ahead and do it. And today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is working with different organizations that are for self-determination, not just IPOB. He acknowledged the AVID, he acknowledged the ambassadors of self-determination, he acknowledged the Rising Sun. And these are different groups acknowledged by him. He never told them, oh, cease to answer your name. Go now and begin to answer IPOB. Oh, I don't want to answer them because you're answering a different name. You're not going to work. No, that is not it. And every one of them is working with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu maturely, focusing on the area they are very good at. Most of them are very silent, but they are doing great job on the ground. Most of them are silent, but they are doing a lot of job diplomatically that you can't even imagine. It is important to distinguish between verified fact, public stated position, and allegation or opinion. Very important. For all of us that are in this struggle, more especially those that come out to broadcast and speak on the public, it is important to distinguish between verified fact, publicly stated position, and allegation or opinion. Doing so promotes informed discussion and reduces misunderstanding among us all. We are in a very interesting time. And I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that I'm alive to see today. One recurring lesson from history is that dialogue often plays an important role when organizations experience internal disagreements. History has shown us that dialogue often plays an important role when organizations experience internal disagreements. Dialogue does not necessarily mean everyone will agree. Dialogue does not necessarily mean everyone will agree. Rather, it provides an opportunity to clarify misunderstandings, identify shared objectives, reduce tensions, improve communication, strengthen trust where possible. So most of the time when we talk about dialogue, some people misunderstand it, some people misinterpret it, but I put it clearly, make it clearer to you, that dialogue does not necessarily mean everyone will agree. That will never happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Rather, It provides an opportunity to clarify misunderstandings. There are many misunderstandings. They are very simple. They are misunderstanding because people have not been clarified. It has not been discussed. So dialogue, clarify misunderstandings, identify shared objectives, reduce tension, improve communication, strengthen trust where possible. That is why it is important. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have kept the ball rolling. First of all, he introduced the 100 men, comprising of all Biafran agitators. 100 men, comprising of all Biafran agitators. And he went ahead to rescue the IPOB, our family, where we belong, and chose a new HOD, Mazi Chris Mogo. The least we could do is to support him, not to attack it. The least we could do is to support him and not to attack him. And while we are supporting him, we support him with all our hearts, while our eyes will be open, with our mind, still having our critical thinking and independent mind to see things when it is going wrong. Supporting doesn't mean we follow sheepishly. It doesn't mean we will not think. It doesn't mean we will not evaluate. We will. But first thing first, obey the instruction that is coming from the Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and support the initiative he has introduced, which only objectives is meant to bring us together as one under one umbrella and let people have focus. Because after the departure of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Nnamdi detention, everything was scattered. We lost direction. People were seeking for direction. Many people lost direction, and many people even stopped talking about Biafra. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has ignited the fire again. The least you could do is to support it. History offers many examples in which sustained dialogue help organizations navigate period of disagreement. In other cases, division remain unresolved, demonstrating that dialogue is not a guarantee of consensus, but can nevertheless contribute to peaceful engagement. We know there are people who will never agree. There are people who, it doesn't matter what you do, they will never agree. But there is need for that engagement to begin. There's need. Because that engagement, once the engagement is on, it will reduce tension. It will reduce tension and people will be more focused. Understanding will grow more. Regardless of political view, principles such as due process, fair trial, freedom of expression, and peaceful assembly are recognized in international human rights instruments. We must always think of fair trials, due process. Fair trial, not just on the case of our leaders, within ourselves. So many times, we don't treat ourselves fairly. People are not allowed to express themselves freely. People are not allowed to have peaceful assembly. These are human rights instruments that we must imbibe and have within us at all times. The reason Mazi Ekpa was blackmailed, castigated, Mazi Ekpa was demonized, was because there was no fair trial. Even among the Biafrans, Ohaneze Ndohinandama judged him and they put bounty on Mazi Ekpa, an innocent man. Ohaneze Ndohinandama believed the lies of the Department of Sabotua. The Department of Sabotua created false flag. They created false flag as an evidence against Mazi Ekpa. There was no fairness. Nobody was able to hear. Nobody was reaching out to hear the truth. Even when we speak, they don't want to hear. Some of them today that have finally realized their mistake and apologize. At that time, they did not even want to hear reasons. And the reason most of them were out of the picture is because they could not dialogue, they could not engage with us. Those of us who they can't engage with us. They told them not to watch our videos, not to watch the video of Mazi Nnamdi. They were barred from listening. And some of them ignorantly obeyed them. So when you don't listen to the message of Mazi Nnamdi, how are you going to hear his explanation? When you don't listen to the message of those of us in autopilot, then how can you get an explanation of what is happening? That was how they pushed that they are evil and it was working for them. Public discussion concerning detained political figures often raise questions about legal proceedings and human rights. And we are seeing it today on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Nnamdi. Their right has been abused, right, left, and center. Observers may hold different opinions about particular cases, but discussion benefits from focusing on verified information, applicable legal principle rather than speculations. Today, there are so many speculations, more especially in the case of Mazi Nnamdi. You see some people coming out to issue threats and issue statements. Mazi Nnamdi said, even when they know that the statement they are making has nothing to add to the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi. Instead, what they are saying is discouraging people from supporting Mazi Nnamdi release. You just want to make a statement. You just want to say it is simply because you want to feel involved. You want to make people feel that you have information. So many of us online, we have more information than you can ever have, but you can't see me discuss them. There are several informations that will attract attention, that will attract views. But after that, what next? Is it beneficial to the struggle? Is it beneficial to our Prime Minister release? Is it beneficial to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release? That is what you ask before you release any information. What is the benefit of that information? Is it going to create unity or division? Is it going to make people trust us or look down on us? How is the message you are preaching affecting the struggle? Have you ever asked yourself, what you are saying online, how does it affect the struggle? Will somebody listen to you and say, because of what this guy is saying, I think Biafra can be given a chance? Or will somebody say, if it is because of this kind of people, never ever, I will not support? How many people have been convinced because of your message? And how many people have walked away from the struggle because of your message? Do you sit back and take a roll call? Or you just focus on go on without even reading? You don't even look. You don't even care. You focus on the praises that is coming from your comment section, praises of people you have not even met, people that are not even genuine, people that mislead you, people that don't have critical thinking. It is better to engage with people that argue with you so that the best of you can come out, not the OES member. When you are in a place where you are the champion, you are as good as nothing. It is better you be in a place where people compete. There are people who are better than you, who you can compete with, who you can learn from. But some of us, since they shower praises on you, you are just there and you spill lies, promote evil. You don't even care to verify. As long as he brings view to you, as long as it's where the crowd is, you follow them. History contains numerous examples of movements that experience internal disagreements. In different countries and in different times, movements have debated whether to negotiate, whether to pursue legal strategy, how leadership should be organized, how decisions should be communicated, how to engage internal actors. This debate illustrates the disagreement itself is not unusual. Disagreement is not unusual. It's bound to be disagreement at all time, at every given point in time. The long-term outcome often depends on how disagreements are managed. Managing the disagreements, that is where the problem lies. And today, we are in an interesting time. We are in an interesting time. For any movement, questions that are often raised for any movement, including our agitation that we are in today, in Biafra self-determination agitation. Questions that are often raised include, how can differing viewpoints be discussed respectfully? These are questions you have to sit back, answer it for yourself, independently as an independent person, with your own mind, thinking critically. Do not attach group mentality when you're answering these questions. Answer it as an individual. How can offering viewpoints be discussed respectfully? What mechanism, viewpoints, what mechanism exists for resolving disputes? What mechanism exists for resolving disputes? This is one thing we lack. The only people that had the quality to resolve disputes were just Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In their absence, there was no other person that could be able to resolve disputes. They allowed things to go out of proportion. And I believe and hope that the new HOD will be a different figure. From the broadcast he just made yesterday, or the day before yesterday, from that very broadcast he made and other things he has done so far, I think he has a listening ear, and he will have a better way, a better mechanism of resolving disputes. Very important. We lack that. Under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we had it. Under Mazi Nnamdi, we had it. And after them, we lost it. There was no mechanism to resolve disputes. That is why there were chaos everywhere. Thousands of groups springing out from right and center, because there is no mechanism existing to resolve disputes. Now ask yourself, what mechanism exists for resolving disputes? How can public confidence be maintained in this agitation? How can public confidence be maintained? How should organizations communicate with supporters? Communication matters. And these issues we addressed yesterday on that very message that was delivered by the new DOS HOD. His message was straight and simple, and he communicated rightfully the right information. Most of the answers were given there. But you, as an independent mind, answer these questions yourself. Answer these questions yourself. How can differing viewpoints be discussed respectfully? What mechanism exists for resolving disputes? How can public confidence be maintained? How should organizations communicate with supporters? What role should transparency play? These questions, answer it independently, every one of us. Different observers answer these questions differently. There is no universal formula. So answer it yourself and give us your answer. Feel free to share on the comment section if you can what you think. However, many scholars agree that transparency, dialogue, accountability, and respect for human rights are important consideration in every single thing you want to say. In any leadership, in any role, in any organization. Transparency, dialogue, accountability, and respect for human rights are important considerations. So, my fellow Biafrans, before we go to the rounding up of this program, I want to go into a different level. I want to share a program that was made by our brother, the Master Prophet. Master Prophet did a program, and that program, when I saw it, was very, very encouraging and important. And I advise every one of us to go and watch the full program. I'm going to play some part of it. I'm not going to play the full. I'll play part of the program. So if you want to go and watch it, you can go to his platform and watch it. Where he advocated for Mazi Ekpa that there is need for the new DOS to make a move and correct the wrong that the XDOS and the lies, propaganda, and blackmail they painted against Mazi Nnamdi. All the false information, all the allegations against Mazi Nnamdi should be investigated. They should be investigated. When I saw that video he made yesterday, I said, yes, the spirit of Biafra is working. And Chukwu Okuke Abiama is by himself uniting his people. Master Prophet made that video. It was an express statement. He made it very clear. There's no piece of word. That is a must. It's a must that the HOD must make a move to correct those rights. More especially the petitions, wrong lies they have written against Mazi Nnamdi to Finland. And as his court is coming closely. And everyone should share this video. Go and watch that video and share. Every one of us should continue to speak on this same line. And I believe that the HOD has a listening ear. This is one of the right things to do now. Very important and immediate. Let us listen to the message that was delivered by Master Prophet. Let's hear what he has to say.
Simon Ekpa Chileke and how that very day. Ubua Mona Simon Ekpa na mma. So ihe niile oji niile information niile nyere m in the past about Simon Ekpa ana m eleba ya anya. And ileba ya anya ga hụ na fingerprint nwaanyị Mazi Uchechi no n'ime ya. Because Simon Ekpa refused to bow to this woman. Simon Ekpa refused to be used to challenge Nnamdi Kanu. Simon Ekpa refused to be used to topple Nnamdi Kanu. Simon Ekpa is the son. Simon Ekpa is the legitimate disciple of Nnamdi Kanu. Autopilot belongs to Simon Ekpa. IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, belongs to Nnamdi Kanu. Simon Ekpa is the son of Nnamdi Kanu. We are all one. Anyị niile wo ofu ife. Autopilot na IPOB wo ofu ife. Owo ofu aboki ka anyị na-achịrị nnama.
Absolutely.
Father.
Absolutely. No doubt.
Chineke gojie Prime Minister Simon Ekpa.
You see?
Onye isi ndị autopilot.
You see?
Maka all the loyal to the Supreme Commander
100%.
People of Biafra. They are father and son indeed. So yarere Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Ezebiro, onye ndu ọchịagha Supreme Commander yadere ya na mma. Yadere Simon Ekpa, Simon ESN, Prime Minister, yadekwara ya na mma. Having said that, onye ọbụla aka ya nọ n'egide a ga-agba ọzọ nọ na Biafran land. You are on your own.
Yes.
You are not with me. Ihe m na-ekwu na enwere nkata akpara iji paint Simon Ekpa black.
Yes.
Maka ọ jụrụ submit to this efulefu ka eme overthrow Nnamdi Kanu. Ha chọzie ebe ọ wụrụ na Simon Ekpa dị privy to ihe niile. Simon Ekpa nọ nga ahụ mgbe anyị riri ego. Simon Ekpa nọ nga ahụ mgbe anyị kere ihe niile anyị kere. Simon Ekpa nọ nga ahụ. Simon Ekpa nọ there mgbe ego eriri ego IPOB. Simon Ekpa nọ with Nele Ofegbu. Simon Ekpa nọ with Rita Eze. Simon Ekpa nọ with Oyibo. Simon Ekpa nọ with Bridget. Simon Ekpa nọ nga ahụ. Simon Ekpa macha ihe niile. Chileke ele otu a ga-eje eme Simon Ekpa ha falsify one.
Yeah.
Bowe ebubo. Character assassination.
Exactly.
Nde na anọ na Zoom na aplano na akpa nkata na-ebo mmadụ allegation ha ebocha ha edeme ele ụda aha ihe satellite ele waves ye wave o nwere onye m chọrọ icheta aha ya but aha ya oh that this satellite divine Ostraman gwara m na ya nọ na meeting nga ha na planụ ihe a ga-eme m ha kpa ha ekpecha which this guy na ya ele ahụ ya ke na-ekpu okpu kishie Darlington was in the meeting ha na planụ na-akpa nkata otu ha ga-eji ihe 7 years ago ihe a ga-eme m ha ebido meme m attack which Nnamdi Kanu didn't say anything. Nnamdi Kanu didn't do anything even though he's my in-law. Ella Biafran child borrow from England na-ekwu ihe gbasara m to Nnamdi Kanu na online. Nnamdi Kanu didn't rebuke him and said no, please leave him alone, he's my in-law. He just moved on to the issue. Nnamdi Kanu ekele him for mbọ mgbara na ihe ndị mmere ka ọ pụta na the first time from prison. Nnamdi Kanu ekele him rather ihe ọ gere na ihe this idiot kwuru na m sị na ya wụ cancer. Simon Ekpa kpọrọ ndị otu ya niile si ha do not insult the master prophet.
Definitely he did.
So anybody na-ekwu ihe gbasara m adịghị loyal to Simon Ekpa, which only one idiotic, useless woman that every time in a kuku basra they are working the one of the Biafran people. Akajiofo Mwano plus Mirano na Libo. You have to understand that only Baladi loyal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, her home had a happy. And then when only two only the loyal to Simon Ekpa. Now somebody na achọ kanani ya no na social media ka onye ọbụla na-ege ntị ya pụta in the morning, ya pụta in the afternoon, ya pụta in the evening, because ọ chọghị ka ndị na-ege ntị jee ebe ọzọ jee gere ntị, because onwe ihe ọ na-eme. Ihe ọ chọrọ wụ ka ị na-enwe chaos, ka na-enwe nsogbu. Ebe ọbụla nwere nsogbu ya jump, ebe ọbụla nwere ihe ọbụla ya jump. Hey, rubbish. One fact that idiot presented Kambo Ojubatana social media. I've been in social media for the past 20 years. Over 20 years before IPOB. I think 2020. 2099 I bought my first computer and may create here YouTube. Name a video. I've been doing video to today. The enemies of Simon Ekpa, I like him come. Mona Simon Ekpa no do. I can't kind of know at war. Go to onye, wopo to onye. God na his. But Simon Ekpa, as long as Chuku live it, and when you have Simon Ekpa manage mem attack, I crown with Simon Ekpa gidibam. As a mere potanando na his chicken. Having said all those things, Nnamdi Kanu my in-law. Even though maybe okay feeling na yene ekwu ihe gbasara m no nepotism. But as ozu shumushi inyika nwanna ala. Onye mrojo tihu Kanu nta na DOS. Otihu Emmanuel na DOS. Otihu na DOS. Mgbe o setiri ele nde kwuru na ya n'azụ. Mgbe o si listen to this a flavor, listen to this a flavor, listen to this a flavor, listen to this a flavor. Oh, uzo mehere mehe. Listen to that flavor. Listen to that flavor. Ako say Trina. Those flavor abandoned him. The awakened one, was the only one speaking on his behalf. On you not defending. Now I'm the one defending him for the past 6 years. And then when any idiot game him come push it in defend the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Unless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ga apota. Anya manazi half. And when some idiot say, Master Prophet, we're going to defend you. How will I trust you? You have been accusing Nnamdi Kanu for the past 6 years. You have been accusing Kanu. I don't even care me when I accuse Nnamdi Kanu. You have been accusing Simon Kanu for the past 6 years. It was Simon Onyushi. It was Emmanuel Ogom Fulani boy. It's in this family of iniquity. Why? Agijine wepo aha Nnamdi Kanu na Franks. Ogi wepo aha Nnamdi Kanu na Franks. So hello to anybody love Nnamdi Kanu gane aige that woman onti. These people are useless. Hello to onye obula the loyal to Simon Ekpa gane aige that woman onti. Our people are my we have brain. You like when na gba you like. Simon Ekpa in order to his disciples or to his subjects. Na mona ye enwe n'udo. And the Chukuma na mona Simon Ekpa enwe n'udo. But only that woman one chọrọ ka enwe war. Because I think no get benefit here. Because enwe war, as long as Chukwu live it, the working the one, I will survive. Because enwe nuclear know-how to protect myself. So that useless woman will not make me to be enemy to Simon Ekpa. That useless woman. And ya like ye na-ekwu okwu gbasara Nnamdi Kanu, ye na-ekwu okwu gbasara enyi nwoke Kanu nta. Ke gbasara ya. But Simon Ekpa wee enyi m, mụ na ya dị na mma, enwe ihe ga-eme mụ na ya eko. Unless ma ọ pụtara declare war. So having said all those things, DOS under Chikedoziem, influenced by Uchechi Mazi cancer. Later headed today or the invalid. DOS gelebanya. Today agma akpọ Kanu nta. Si Kanu nta akwụkwọ allegation niile eburu Simon Ekpa na gelebanya anya. Lee onye wetere the allegation. Elanya fingerprint this efulefu no n'ime and fingerprint Uchechi no n'ime. Then we have to retract. We have to issue a guidance. He proven that Simon Ekpa indeed was a disciple of Nnamdi Kanu, which Simon Ekpa na-ekwu na ọnụ ya. Onye mere na eji na-ewe iwe, ele ihe mere Simon Ekpa ji na-asị na ya wụ disciple of Nnamdi Kanu. I like it here. Achọghị ka Simon Ekpa wụrụ the head of IPOB. By doing that, achọghị ịkwapụ Nnamdi Kanu. Anyị ama na plan Uchechi from beginning. Because Nnamdi Kanu pụta na ndụ na ahụ isi ike. Maybe he might ask for some questions. Ọ ga-ajụ ajụjụ property ya. Ele ebe ịdọmara ibu m. Ele ebe ịdọmara ihe m. Ele caution or provision ị napụtara n'ụlọ anyị nọ n'ime ya. Ele ego ya. So ọ chọrọ ka Nnamdi Kanu nwụọ na prison. So that a ga-ajụ ya ajụjụ otu ego ji mee. Simon Ekpa is indeed the disciple of the Supreme Commander of the indigenous people of Biafra. The document, the letter against Simon Ekpa to Finland must be looked into. And I have to speak to my good friend Enyi Nwoke Moneyama for 26 years. Mazi Kanunta. Kole Banya na ihe. And that means you to barrister lawyer Jimako. Kole Banya na ihe. We will look into it. All the name when ABG major. I get fixed here. This is the master prophet Young Joshua Yawins. They are working the one of the Biafran people, Biafran spiritual leader. The prophet and the founder of the new Igbo Biafran indigenous religion, Rufatna.
You have had Master Prophet. If you want to watch the full video, this is not a full video. You can go to his platform and you watch the full video. It is loaded with information. A lot of things are loaded. And I love the program. He was very, very strict and open on that program. And he said very important things. I have told you, when you're watching my program, don't watch with sentiment. I don't believe in side talk, and neither do I believe in hearsay. Based on what I see and what I hear is where I react. I react to things that I see. I react to things that I know. So if you listen to him carefully on the explanation he has made and things, he made a very great point. And there is a very good point in every single thing he has said. There is no lie in it. This is one of the people who have been online. I've been on this very journey. I've been online for a very long time. For a very, very long time. I've been on this social media since 2016. So when I say things based on what I have seen and what I've heard. I'm not interested in pursuing glory or recognition from anybody or any person. I'm not interested. It is about my freedom. Just as he said, it is very important that the HOD should take a move, make a move as quick as possible, rewrite those wrongs that was done against Mazi Simon Ekpa. False accusations, false petitions that were raised against Mazi Simon Ekpa. More especially the petition that were raised to Finland, they should be retracted. They should send in a letter as quick as possible. As quick as possible. I appreciate everyone that have been with us on this program. I thank you so much for being part of the program, and I say may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of you who played a role on this program today. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you. We must continue to do what we have to do. This is the time for unification of Biafra. It does not matter where you belong. It doesn't matter who you follow. Unity of purpose is where I am concentrating. Except you are not pursuing the freedom of the Biafra people. If you are pursuing freedom of Biafra people, nothing should bother you than the freedom of Biafra people. It's not about your mushroom group. Nobody is telling you to leave your mushroom group. But let your being there be for the restoration of Biafra. Let it not be for gossip, for attacking someone else, for denigrating other people, or for claiming what you know you can't do, for confusing, deceiving, and cheating Biafrans. Let your purpose be for the restoration of Biafra, not for siphoning money. Nobody is stopping you from having your own organization. Freedom of association is one of the things that is imbibed in Nigerian DNA, in Biafra DNA. And it is signed up in our constitution, freedom of association. You are entitled to be in any mushroom group you want to be there. But always remember that we have a family. The IPOB is our family. That is where every one of us belong. You can't run away from it. IPOB is where we all belong. And Chris Mogu is the new HOD, appointed by the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we must accord him respect. We must listen to him. We must support him with our intellects, with critical thinking, and our independent mind. We have to follow up. Ask questions where necessary. Point out issues where you are confused. Let us continue to engage with one another, regardless where you belong. You can be in any group. I don't care. I am ready to engage with anybody. Even people who are one Nigerian is in this platform here, I allow them to come and ask their questions. Even if you're one Nigerian and you have a superior argument, I am ready to engage you. I'm ready to engage you. Not by insult, not by attacking. Critical information, critical arguments. And at the end of the day, the world will see how smart you are or how foolish you are. The world will know, you and I, who is standing on the right path, has a legitimate reason of doing what he or she is doing. Let us always keep a room for that engagement. It is very important. It is very important. And as we do, we continue to guide us, protect us, secure us, and make a way for us where there is no way. Wherever you are watching this program today, I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of the program. And I'm going to be coming back again in the evening. If you have time, join me again in the evening on my evening section. Remember, evening section, most of the time, we go on different levels, going to Nigerian media reports, debunking their lies, and also focusing on supporting our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I play videos that are coming from other media networks. Biafra medias. I play some of their videos, and those that are passing the right messages, I brought them here and they speak the message, debunk and also engage, because this is a time for radical evangelism. Any way we can evangelize, we do that. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every single one of you. And may Chukwu Okike continue to guide our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Remember, our Prime Minister is coming to court on the 5th of August. If you have not given your support to the international lawyer, please search for the link. Go there and make your contribution. The international lawyer is needed by Mazi Nnamdi. He has met with Mazi Nnamdi and Mazi Nnamdi approved him. And Mazi Nnamdi only needs a proper and adequate representation. Adequate representation. It is you and I that will make it happen. Go and make your contribution to that lawyer. The link is everywhere on social media. Go there, look for the link, make your contribution, no matter how little it is, to see that the lawyer is able to be in Finland, as he has said he's going to be in Finland during that hearing. Already, he is liaising with the External Affairs Minister of Finland, liaising with the United Nations and the European Union, and also United States, to make sure that they torchlight that case. All we are asking, let the rights of Mazi Nnamdi be respected, such as looking into the evidence he had against the accusers. He has so many evidence which was not looked into. The prosecutor literally refused looking into the evidence that Mazi Nnamdi provided. So we don't want that to happen again. And the only thing that can make that happen, the pressure, must come from external. That is why that international lawyer is very important. Support that initiative. Support, no matter how little. Make your contribution and support that international lawyer. And remember, on the 4th of August, there will be a massive protest in Finland. In that massive protest, you'll be there. Make sure you are there to participate and play your role. Don't be discouraged. There are so many unnecessary informations online. There are so many unnecessary information that people are bringing out to claim ownership of the movement or claim superiority or claim importance. Don't allow any of such information to discourage you from going to Finland. Some people online don't understand, don't know the level of damage they are doing by what they say. You say a thing without considering what damage your information is. And at the same time, you claim to love Mazi Nnamdi. When you know that the information you are dishing out will discourage people from going to Finland. Everything is not to be on social media. It's not everything you put on social media. There are certain things you don't say. Even when you hear it, you keep it to yourself. You don't say it because of the damage it's going to cause. I have seen so many voice messages, so many unknown faces that are saying things that are not obtainable, just to claim relevance, just to make people know that they have more than enough information. And you are at the same time discouraging people. Your information is discouraging people from going to Finland. What you are saying, what you are doing is discouraging people from going to Finland. And yet you claim you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even when you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu personally demanded that people should come and show this letter that day. I urge every Biafrans, do not get discouraged. Do your own part. Let us do our part at the end of the day. So you wouldn't say, had we known, we would have done this, had we known, we would have done this. Let us do everything we have to do and let you take the decision. I thank you all for being part of this program, and I will see you again later on in the evening. May Chukwu continue to guide and protect all of us and see us through. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Let the universe bear witness to the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of IPOB. His command is final. Whatever he says goes. Pursuant to the strict authority of the supreme leader and the sacred unyielding IPOB code of conduct, the third administration of the DOS is hereby dissolved. The sentence is passed, your names are permanently erased. Chikaedozi, you are sacked. Tony Nsurumike, you are sacked. Austin Agbanyi, you are sacked. Chukurio Forma, you are sacked. Isaiah Uba, you are sacked. Collins Chinedu, you are sacked. China Zanworu, you are sacked. Fidelis Ejogu, you are sacked. Chidin Manworu, Juliet Edward Filatro, you are sacked. You are indefinitely expelled. You are Nigerian agents. Stay off from IPOB. You no longer speak. You no longer act for the children of light. The employee cannot fire the boss. Tenant cannot sack the landlord. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader, the supreme leader of IPOB. Through the trials, through the chains, his word remains absolute. Whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. They thought darkness could hide the shadows of greed. They forgot the soil remembers every treacherous deed. After the illegal extraction, when the leader was taken away, the enemies of the struggle came out to play. Governor Dave Umahi paid $500,000, a blood money bribe to buy collars for the scholars of shame. They took the cash, sabotaged the release, and traded the crown, bribing media houses just to tear the leader's legacy down. But the truth is a rock, it crushes the hand that betrays. But in the darkest hour, the true guardian stood high, refusing to let the message of restoration die. We lift our voices to honor the ones who defended the light, the shield of the truth in the dead of the night. Thank you, Biafra, vanguard media, for standing so bold, for ensuring the unfiltered truth was always told. Salute to the dedicated souls of Abbott, standing the test. Salute to the rising sun, unyielding and blessed, and the ambassador for self-determination marching ahead, keeping the fire burning for the living and the dead. You defended the leader, you shielded the name from the stain. Oh, whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. The fourth DOS is here, working with global power to heal the land. The genocide must stop, the boss has spoken. Victory is absolute.
Charlie Papa, moi esia, Papa oh. Charlie Papa, moi esia, ahe. Charlie Papa, moi esia, Papa oh. Charlie Papa, moi esia, ahe. Ipayame mara medawasi ewada wachiremi. Ipayame mara medawasi midopa. Tamuno te tamuno bo obasi zizio temeho meka oh. Mi meloanio I say jana ludo I say you're at your for them oh mega oh Kali papa moi esia papa oh Jolly papa moi esia ahe. Jolly papa, moi esia, papa oh. Jolly papa, moi esia, ahe. Abasi